Hello everyone. Our is 5A2 class. We are doing Fantastic Mr. Fox oral summary. First is Roy, second is Angelo, third is David, last is Harrison. Please listen to our Dream Tree project.
There were three farmers named Bogus, Buns, and Bean. Bogus was a chicken farmer. Buns was a duck and goose farmer. Bean was turkey and apple farmer. Bogus was enormously fat. Buns was a pot-bellied dwarf. Bean was very thin. They all wanted to catch Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox always stole food from the farmers. The farmer's first plan to catch Mr. Fox was to shoot a gun when Mr. Fox pulled out his head, but unfortunately they missed the fox. Inside the hole, Mrs. Fox licked the stump of the tail because it got cut. So that day, there was no food. Then they heard a terrible noise. The farmers were digging them out. So Mr. and Mrs. Fox and their 4 little children dug born to the surface of the earth.
In chapter 5, they have a plan. Their plan is to dig a ground to use a mechanical shovel to catch Mr. Fox. And chapter 6, they are starting to dig underground to use mechanical shovel. But people jeered and laughed because they rode mechanical shovel like maniac. In chapter 7, they have a one plan. But the plan is to dig a ground and Bogus will down underground. But Bogus didn't want to go underground, so they have one more plan. Their plan is dig underground, and when they think the ground is almost digged, they started to wait. In chapter 8, they start to dig it, and when they think they dig it full, so they waited. In chapter 9, the Mr. Fox's family has a plan. Their plan is to arrive to Bogus's chicken house number 1, and they started to dig a ground fast as they could. And then they started to chapter 10.
Mr. Fox said they have to go through special directions, so he and his 4 children started to dig the tunnel once again. And they finally came to Bogus's chicken house number 1. Mr. Fox caught 3 of the plumpest hens, and he ordered one small fox to take the hens and tell Mrs. Fox to ready for the feast. And they started to go Bunce's giant storehouse. When they were going to Bunce's giant storehouse, and then they met Badger. Mr. Fox invited Badger and his family, Moo and his family, Rabbit and his family, and Whistle and his family. And they started to dig the tunnel, and they finally came inside to Bunce's giant storehouse, and they took things to it.
Mr. Fox examined the brick. He looked the brick, and the rat popped out. So Mr. Fox said he will eat the rat in one go. And rat was cut out of the side. Mr. Fox left and they made a bigger hole, and they get into there. And they drank the cider, and each of them bring the cider to the feast and let the feast begin. And Mr. Fox's speech was done. Everyone dig up the fruits. Outside of the fox's hole, the farmers were still waiting.